The distinguishable honor that nobody else in this room has is that her family has been active in the Polish community here in Chicago for over 100 years. Her grandmother, a renowned stage actress when she came here from Poland, and also a very important community activist. Her father, a distinguished congressman who represented the Northwest Side, as well as an alderman in the city of Chicago. And she carries on that tradition of service, duty, and pride with her, and she carries that mantle for the family now. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Judge Aurelia Pucinski.
Good morning, and thank you. Yes, I am the proud granddaughter of Lydia Pucinski and the proud daughter of Roman Pucinski and Maria. My first grandson is named Roman, after my daughter. So at least that message got through to my daughter. I am always very happy to be here on Pulaski Day. It's a wonderful day. And by the time you get to me, you've heard everything you need to know about Pulaski that you didn't already know. So I will focus my remarks on the choices that he made and the choices that we can make and how they parallel. Pulaski chose to fight tyranny. He chose to fight against Russia while he was still in Poland. We're still fighting against Russia, and we've got to keep doing it. Pulaski chose to come to a new country and chose to fight for freedom. He made that choice. He volunteered, and we can volunteer. We can volunteer every single day of our lives to work for the freedom that's important to us, to work in our communities, to work on the causes we believe in. He chose to be involved, not just involved at a little level, and chose to the macro level. He chose to form a cavalry for the United States. He chose to be involved in the military success of this nation against Britain. He chose to ride into battle on a horse with a saber, not all, armor-plated uniforms and the fancy stuff they have today. I mean, he was just a guy in a uniform with a sword on a horse, and he chose it. He made that choice. We are asked to make much easier choices. We are asked to participate in this wonderful democracy and don't take it for granted. We are asked to participate by helping candidates like Dan Lipinski, who's running for his life in his district. Running for his life, and if we lose him, we're going to lose another Polish-American congressman that we need. Fighting for Bob Mortwick, who's running in his district. Fighting for the people that we recognize help us. And how do we choose to help them? Maybe contribute to their campaigns, maybe volunteer in their campaigns, maybe get everyone we know to vote in a primary. Now I know Poles have all these excuses, so I don't want to vote in a primary. I don't want anyone to know how I'm voting. That was good 50 years ago, when precinct captains wouldn't give you a tree cut or a garbage can. It doesn't happen that way anymore. You call 311, it's anonymous, they don't know. They don't care. You can still go out and register to vote, not today, but you can still make sure that if you're registered to vote, that you vote in a primary. Why? The primaries are the playoffs. Think the Super Bowl. You keep narrowing the field and narrowing the field and narrowing the field, and then there's a playoff, and then in the general election, one side wins. That's what's going to happen here. On March 17th, it's the playoffs. And believe me, we have good, qualified Polish-American candidates and candidates who support Polish-American values who are in tough fights, who need every vote they can get. So there's no excuse not to vote. Why did Pulaski get killed? If it's not, so we can sit back and say, oh, I don't want to bother. I'm not going to bother. Of course we have to bother. We have to participate. We have to choose to participate. We have to choose to recognize that as an important value to pass on to our children and to our families and to our neighbors. We also have to choose, as Susanna Mendoza and others have said, to be counted. Put in the line Polish. Don't shy away from it. Say it proudly. Or why are we here? We're here because we are proud to be Polish, and we need to carry that into our communities and into our families and make sure that they recognize how important it is for everyone in this nation to know we're here. We are here, and we're going to be counted. And it's important to pay attention to our traditions. It's important to recognize that Pulaski not only gave his life for this country, but gave his life for the freedom that we enjoy, and embrace that opportunity to carry it forward, not only for ourselves, but for future generations. Thank you very much.